next topic is reservation in promotions. So, in order to study the law relating to reservation in promotions, the cases which are important is obviously Indira Sahni, which we have referred to in the earlier lecture. But in addition to Indira Sahni, there are other cases which are very important. And number one is R.K. Sabharwal. Number two is Veerpal Veerpal Singh Chauhan. Number three is Ajit Singh versus State of Punjab 1. Then Jagdish Lal. Then Ajit Singh 2. So Ajit Singh versus State of Punjab, the second case. There are certain terms which are necessary to be understood. Now, the first term is a roster, second is accelerated promotion, third is accelerated seniority or consequential seniority, and
catch up rule.
if you remember Indira Sani, it had held a reservation in promotions to be invalid. However, they had given a 5-year time period to the government in order to stop the reservation in promotions. So these cases are coming in the duration of the time provided by the Supreme Court. However, the 77th Amendment Act to the Constitution inserted 16(4)(a) to the Constitution, whereby SCs and STs were given the benefit of the privilege of reservation in promotions. So, in R.K. Sabharwal, Indira Sani was discussed. So, in Indira Sani, a point which we have to remember is that there was an issue whether cadre has to be seen as a unit or the yearly notifications or vacancies have to be seen as a unit to provide reservation and then to decide the 50% extent of reservations. So in Indira Sani, it was held that cadre of the office has not to be seen as a unit, but the yearly vacancies which are coming up has to be seen as a number of seats on which the 50% rule will apply. However, in R.K. Sabharwal case, it was held that Indira Sani judgment only refers to the recruitment by merit and also the initial recruitment. And when the issue is of promotion, the unit to be seen is cadre. So in R.K. Sabharwal, it was held that where the selection is for the cadre, then the rule of 50% will be applying to the strength of the office, that is the cadre. For example, if 100 seats are there in an office and recruitment is made for all the 100 seats, then this will represent the number of seats on which the 50% rule has to be applied. If you are getting confused, then can be two ways of getting recruitment. For example, if there are 100 seats in an office and every year only 10 seats are notified, then you will apply the rule of Indira Sani, that out of 10 there has to be 15% of SC, 7.5% of ST reservations. But if the whole of the 100 seats are going to be filled, then this whole cadre is to be seen as a unit, and then out of 100 seats 15% has to be fixed for SCs and 7.5% for STs. I am not talking about the OBC reservation in these areas. Then we come to the concept where the roster system will apply. So, the roster system I will be explaining in the next part of the lecture together with the terms of accelerated promotion, accelerated seniority, or consequential seniority, and the catch up rule. So, in order to understand roster, accelerated promotion, consequential seniority, and the catch up rule, we will have to take an example of an office which has three grades of services. Now, the C is the entry grade, and then B, A, and A plus are the promoted grades of service in this office. So, the policy of reservation is that each of the stages of employment shall consist of 15% of reservation for SCs and 7.5% of reservation for STs. So, in a grade C, if there are 100 seats, then at the time of the entry, you can have 15% of seats fixed for, or 15 seats fixed for SCs and 7 or 8 seats fixed for STs. But the problem comes when 30 of them have to be promoted to the next grade, and then 10 of them have to be promoted to the next higher grade. So from among 100 people who are appointed on the same very in the same very year, 30 persons have to be promoted. Going back, that reservation in promotion is already present in services. So for SCs and STs, there has to be some fixing of seats in the category of B grade services. Therefore, you will make a roster. So a roster is a point system, and the point represents the posts. So there are 30 posts here. So for example, a 30 point roster is made. Now this 30-point roster will contain posts which are unreserved and posts which are reserved. For example, this is a fictitious roster which I have made. For example, there are 30 seats. So seats number 15 and 30 will go to a scheduled tribe candidate. And seat number 1, 7 and the next 14 will go to the SC candidates. So in 30 there will be 4 or 5 SC candidates and 2 ST candidates. Now the seats number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and then 8, 9, 10, 11 will be going to the unreserved category candidates. So in 30-point roster system, there will be 4 SCs and 2 STs and the rest will be the unreserved category candidates. Now obviously, if you take an example here, so there was a general category candidate whose name I am taking as P1. He had a rank in 2020 at the time of the entry, that is 29. And there was a P2 candidate who is a SC candidate. His rank was around 70. Now, due to the policy of reservation and the application of the roster system, this candidate will be appointed to the next level in 2023 if there is a 3-year promotion given. Because this general candidate is having a rank 29 and the seats are only 30, and accordingly, if we count the number of reserved seats, his chance will not come in 2023. So this particular candidate will reach to the grade B for safe in the year 2025. Then again there will be an application of the roster system for the next grade. So the scheduled caste candidate, the SC candidate, will then jump to level A in 2026 in the next 3 years. And the P1, that is the general candidate, will reach to the next grade in For example, say 2028. Now, in each of these promotions, the unreserved candidate who was senior to the reserved candidate according to the merit when he was selected is becoming a junior according to seniority. Even though he was having a higher rank compared to the scheduled caste candidate, he is receiving a less seniority as compared to the reserved candidate in the promoted posts. For example, the same SC candidate is reaching the grade A level post in 2026 and the general candidate is reaching the post in 2028. So the SC candidate is having more working experience than the general candidate, even though the general candidate was having a much better merit as compared to the SC candidate. So the question is now, who will take the main post in the office? For example, if the manner of selection is on the basis of seniority, then who among these two will be eligible for being selected in this post? So, if we see if seniority is taken as a consideration, then the reserved category candidate will be getting this post. So, the now issue is if the reserved category candidate is getting accelerated promotion, he is getting promotion as compared with the general candidate faster because of the policy of reservation, even if his rank is less than the general candidate. So this is the accelerated promotion which the reserved category candidate is getting. Now, due to the fact that he is getting promoted earlier to the general category candidate, he is becoming senior in the promoted category. In both these categories, the reserved category candidate is becoming a senior. So, accelerated promotion and seniority resulting after getting the promotion on the basis of reservation. So, there are two things, accelerated promotion and the seniority resulting on the basis of reservation. So, this is known as consequential seniority. Now, if consequential seniority is taken as a ground, then when the reserved category candidate was appointed in 2026, he is 2 years senior to the unreserved category candidate. Therefore, he will be selected to the chief post in the office. Now, if logically, if you see that every time there is a reservation in promotion, a category candidate will always get accelerated promotion and he will always have a consequential seniority. Consequential seniority, a seniority as a consequence of the benefit of reservation. So every time the chief post will be given to a reserved category candidate.